So this is a custom version of our Grizzly Bear. It's a charcoal gray hammock. The hammock fabric is extra wide. The guy that's getting it is pretty tall, so the extra wide material will allow him more room to lay at an angle in there. This has got a buckle bag. I got a video describing the buckle bag if you're curious about it. But it's got the straps attached to the cinch buckles, and they got their separate pouch there. I'm gonna get this set up and then show you what it looks like. Alright, so this is it. It's made out of Hyper D. The wide material, it's about 10 to 12 inches wider than standard material. Got the fluorescent reflective shock cords here. That they will, you can unclip them or clip them on there if you want to use them. They adjust really easily. Just turn this up at a 45-degree angle and loosen it up or tighten it up. Either way, and as soon as you let go, it stays tight. Got matching zipper pulls on the inside and outside. You have your Ridgeline Organizer. And I think the colors of the shock cords with that Ridgeline Organizer kind of ties it all in together. Charcoal gray, we put black end caps up here, of these triangles on there, and got a couple of accessories on the inside. I'll show you those in a minute. And it's got the tie outs like all of our Grizzlies do. You can just roll this up, take the tie out, take the toggle and put it through the loop on there. You can do both sides, both ends of this side, and both sides of the neck can roll up, so you can have the thing completely rolled up out of the way. And that way, if you want to just kick back, sit in a hammock, and you know, just lounging in a hammock, sitting back there, the net's up out of your way. And like I said, you could do both sides of the net that way. So the wind, I don't know what it is, man. Every time I felt this, wind was calm all day until right before I got out here to do this, and then now it's like this. But you asked about the person that's getting this hammock asked about a ground cloth. This is something I've made a little over a year ago, I guess. It's made out of Hyper D 300. It's a really durable and waterproof material, and it's nice because the ground, sometimes there's some roots or random sticks or rocks or whatever, and that material is pretty thick and pretty steady. I mean, pretty durable. The one I made, it's a little over 33 inches wide and about 54 inches long. It's really nice. And one thing I've done with it is, if it's going to be raining, I've camped in places where it's raining and there's kind of a river forms underneath me, just flowing through there. And I've put my backpack here and taken these four corners and kind of tied them up to keep my pack or whatever else I got laying on the ground dry, to keep that water that's running on the ground under my tarp, keep that off of it. So that's one thing that's kind of nice about having a ground cloth this big. I'll show you a little bit closer up picture of it in case I've been testing this for quite a while just to make sure it's really going to hold up. I knew the material and I was pretty confident in it, but I figured, you know, try it, abuse it for a while, and it's before I started selling them, and it's taken everything I've thrown at it. So I'll show you some close-up pictures of that here in a second. Well, as a matter of fact, one of the things I did was here, instead of using a small, this is about an inch across here, I thought I was originally going to use a smaller, kind of like the Beastie D's where those tie-outs are on. because I normally use like the wire shepherd hooks stakes. But going with this option, like those are the triangle type stakes down there on the ground. I could use them if I need to, or if I get out somewhere and I don't have I forgot a stake or whatever, I can just use a stick. I can carve a stick and put it in there, and it's plenty big enough. So that's one thing I've done with this. It adds a little bit more weight, you know, a couple grams more, but it comes in handy because no matter what I need to use for a stake, it'll work on that. So I'll get you the weight of that when next time I talk to you, in case it's something you want to get. And they have different colors available too, so that's nice too. So I'll get up here and show you a couple of the details. I did gray stitching along the edge of the hammock here, just to add a little detail to it. And I also did gray stitching up here all along the black, just to make it all tie in, you know, the black and the gray. Make it all just tie in together. I think it looks pretty good. One thing I did different on your Grizzly than I did normally do. Normally, on a stock Grizzly, it has a black continuous loop on the head end and a gray on the foot end. And I know I'm still using my prototype that I made and still doing more testing with it and everything. But a lot of times I get confused on which one. Was it the black one or the gray one? And so your hammock is gray. So what I did was I put gray for your head end, make it easier to remember. You know, the gray continuous loop on your gray hammock is the head end. And also the carabiners, they're nice climbing rated carabiners. The carabiners on the end of your straps, they're gray to kind of go with your hammock here and everything. Your Ridgeline Organizer, I'll bring the camera up here and show you that. I got the Ursa system that's like on our stock Grizzlies. I've got that. You got the four places there. Help hold with your underquilt or any kind of random thing you want to hang from there, whatever. So let me move the camera up and I'll show you a little bit more detail. Okay, so I know I don't know for sure if the camera's picking it up, but you can see it's got gray stitching here. It did like all the other hammocks. I have a single line stitching through here to sew it to the zipper, and then I added another zigzag stitch across it to strengthen it. I don't like just having one row of stitches because something gets snagged on there or whatever, and now you got bugs entering. So the 2 rows, you know, it's going to last, be a lot more durable, and even if you did snag it a little bit and tear up one row of stitches in a spot, you still got the other row behind it. And the zigzag stitching won't break as easy. It has more stretch and stuff before it breaks, so that's good. And down the bottom, I did 2 rows of black stitching, but I always try to put 2 rows of stitching on the bottom part of the zipper too. And I use the second row, I usually try to make it blend in with the hammocks, so I put gray stitching for the second row, so it's not as obvious. And you can see the 2 black rows there. Got YKK zippers, nice bright shot cords, you'll be able to see them pretty easily. I got these accessories hanging in here, and I'll take the camera around there to show you those. Here's a little bit closer view of I know when I put a picture on Instagram, I only had 1 row of stitching on there, but that was because I was still making it. So got 2 rows of gray on here to kind of, like I said, tie it all in. Okay, so your Ridgeline Organizer, I got there's prusik ropes up here. These little ropes that are tied up here, you can move this wherever you want it at, and then pull them away from each other, and it'll stay there. Because generally speaking, you want to put your hammock the foot in about 6 inches higher. It kind of keeps you from sliding down to in a ball down in the hammock. But unfortunately, when you do that, if you got some stuff in there over the night, this could kind of work its way down towards you, and then you go to sit up, and then you're banging your head on it or whatever. So these prusik ropes hold it in place. It has 2 pockets on this side, 1 mesh pocket on the other side, and then it's open here in the middle, so you could stick a water bottle or whatever random thing in there. So you get that situated where you want it whenever you first start using it, you know. And we got the toggles here. Let's see if I can see them in the camera. There they are. These toggles here that I was talking about. You got 1 toggle for this side of the net, and then the other toggles for the other side of the net, but they both go on that same loop on top. And let me show you these accessories here. Okay, so right now what we got is this this big bag is what's called the book bag. A lot of people were asking me, saying they didn't, you know, they like to read before they go to bed, and then they don't have room, a place to put their book or tablet or whatever, or maybe trying to find a place to put their cell phone or charger or anything like that. You know, just wanted a place to put it. You can put them up in a Ridgeline organizers, but sometimes, especially on a big pocket, if you put something big in there, it kind of opens up the pocket and things don't stay perfectly up there. So it's just another option to put whatever random thing you want. The key to this, there's different rings all along both sides of the hammock, so you can put it anywhere you want to. And the key to it is when you're laying diagonal, like in this case, this is your head in, so if you're laying head right and foot left, that will cause this material, when you lay in there, it'll cause that material to rise up, and that's what allows your bag to hang, so it's just not laying there flat. So if you lay head right, you don't want to put them on your right side, because of course you're going to be laying on them. But yeah, once you get in the hammock and everything, then this side of fabric will raise up some, and that'll keep it so you can put stuff in there and it won't fall out. This other bag is something new. It's what I was telling you about, a place to put your glasses. This is my first version of it. I built me one the other day. I haven't tried it yet, actually out camping and everything, but got a place here to put your glasses, and I had to make it the same length so it would attach to the clips. But then I noticed the bag was kind of popping open a little bit and my glasses might fall out, so I sewed it here so it holds it tighter here to put your glasses. And I guess this little pouch, I don't know, we could use for our keys or whatever random thing, or just don't use it for anything. So got those, and like I said, you can switch them around, or you can hook them down at your foot in, or you can do whatever. Another option, if you wanted to, it's got these mitten hooks on them. You could just clip the mitten hooks right to the ridge line and just hang them from there if you wanted to. And if you decide that that works best for you, and you want to do that way every time, you might get you some little cords and tie you up some prusik ropes, so so they'll stay in place like the Ridgeline Organizer does. But yeah, try these out, especially the glasses bag. If you get out camping in the next week or two, you might beat me getting a chance to try it out. So let me know what you think. That's it. Zigzag stitching, like I said earlier, it goes all the way around, up over the top and back down the other side. Everything's reinforced. Got your quilt hooks here. Let me see. Yeah, you can still see them. Got your quilt hooks here. The lower one, if you go with a 3/4 inch, I mean a 3/4 length under quilt, the lower quilt hooks work better. If you go with a full length under quilt, the upper ones usually tend to work better. That's it. It's a nice looking hammock. I'm glad to have our name on it, the MCN hammocks tag on there, because I'm pretty proud of it. I like the way it looks. That's it. I'm going to get off here. I'm going to get this video edited so you can see it, and if you're happy with it, I'll get it in the mail in the morning. Yeah, one last thing, as I'm taking this down, I forgot to say, is these stakes here, they're mine. The hammocks don't come with stakes, so you have to get your own stakes. It's like anything else you buy, batteries not included. And one thing I suggest for people to think about is if you're using all 4 of these tie outs and you got your tarp down low, especially if it's down low, it's not so bad if it's up in porch mode, but if your tarp's down low, then every time you get in and out of the hammock, you're going to be, you know, potentially tripping over these. Nice thing about it is they're shot cord, so they, you know, they'll stretch before they'll break, but it could be just a hassle every time you get in and out of your hammock having to deal with that. So one thing I suggest is to consider doing in that situation is just attaching one at the foot end. Like if you like me laying head right, foot left, I would put one at the head end on the right side and one at the foot end on the left side. Head end on the right side, foot end on the left side. So that way if I was getting it, my tarp's down low because it's raining or whatever, and I'm getting in and out of the thing with this one gone, I can just get in and out that way every time, or on that side over there. Just makes it a one less thing to trip over, you know. Try them with all 4 if that works out good for you, cool. If not, it might be something you try.